Hey, what is up, everybody? Thanks for coming out. This is Breaking Rad. We appreciate you guys joining us tonight. If you're joining us for the first time and you don't know, we're just a bunch of dorks, geeks, dads, Christian guys, and we like geek culture, and we're here to give it to you in a unique way. So, welcome to the show. Hey, Cal. Hey, Mark. What's up, guys?
Hey,
not
much.
What's going on?
There you are. Okay, cool. Your voice sounds a little bit weird on a phone.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, no, I can hear you fine. Your voice just sounds different on your phone than it would when you're like on your streaming setup.
Yeah. But it's
fun. just pretend you're calling up old Uncle Mark on a nice
So, it's August 17th. I hope you guys are doing good this week, Tuesday, August 17th. And we got a good show for you. Those of you out in the chat, I already see Skip, our man Skip. He's going to be on the show eventually, too. We got to have him on. I know we were talking about having him on a couple weeks ago. We got to get him in to chat with us. And we got Rusty Deo. Rusty Deo.
Oh, yeah, let's get Skip on. He's asking. I'll send him a link right now. Keep
Oh, yeah. There you go. Yeah, send me a link if you need an extra. Yeah, we can do that. Let's get him on for Name That Villain Death. He'll be great. So, hopefully as people jump in, Stat Zero, there he is. He's here in time, ready to destroy Name That Villain Death. I can't wait. You guys there? Mark, you there?
I'm here.
No, Mark. Okay, Mark. Oh. For those of you who don't know, Stat Zero, good to see you, man. Mark is on his phone right now because his internet went down, and he is waiting for the internet people to come fix it. So
I'm trying. I'm sorry, it keeps glitching out on me.
He's back. Yeah, he's glitching in and out. Let Mark Stat Zero is here. He's ready to play the game.
Oh, good. He's gonna have to answer these questions if I leave.
Yeah, right. And we got Mutt Man, the biggest goon of them all. He's just sitting there, probably doing some freelance work, catching up on things. I got to see Mutt live and in person this weekend. It was awesome.
Oh, shut up!
I did. I saw it, and I had evidence. I shared evidence. He has some photos of us together posing like men. It's really good.
I saw one of those.
Yeah, so you did see those too.
I mean, duck faces aren't manly, but no, it's all good. It's all good.
The Zoolander.
That's how we do it. So anyway, yeah, we'll hang on here a few minutes and make sure people are joining. So we have the hype is too high. So we have plenty of people for the Name That Villain Death. I want to make sure we have enough people that can compete against Stat Zero because that guy.
Yeah, we're gonna have to start setting new rules for Stat.
I know.
Some handicap rules.
He's got to have like a couple of. I'm cracking under the pressure.
Handicap.
He's got to have like a handicap or something like that. The man.
No, what's gonna end up happening is I'm gonna have to start looking up foreign cinema just to trick him.
Then it'll make it impossible for us, and he'll still probably get them. So
he'll still get them.
I'm
convinced he's actually the internet.
Yeah, Zero. He's the actual internet, just personified in like a. He's the avatar of the internet.
He's got a pair of Google glasses that like scan the movie as you're watching it. It just gives him the.
He's the one person that bought the Google glasses.
Yeah, he's still got them, and he's modified them to. He sprained an ankle. Okay, yeah, sure. Fine.
Sure, it counts. So we got some stuff tonight, guys. I'll just kind of run down what we're going to go through tonight. We have our world famous segment, Name That Villain Death. We have another CG Royal Rumble reveal. That's a tongue twister. CG Royal Rumble reveal.
Add roster in there, and you got 4 R's. CG Royal Rumble roster reveal. I can't do it.
So we're going to reveal another character that Mark has made for our CG Royal Rumble. If you don't know what that is, stick around for a few more minutes and you're going to find out. It's pretty incredible. We have Bad, Sad, or Rad, where we're going to run down 5 trailers or posters, I believe, and talk about what we think if they're going to be bad, sad, or rad, right?
Rad.
And then I'm going to spoil a movie. It's going to be awesome. You guys are going to find out. And then we got a couple other things to go. So it's going to be a great show. Hopefully you guys will stick around. Appreciate you guys joining us early. And we'll see if Skip jumps in here.
Skip's not in here yet. But,
not in here yet.
I sent him a link. So, it's Skip. In case you're wondering, it is on Twitter. Is where I sent
on the Twitters.
Unless I accidentally sent it to somebody else, which I could have done.
Who's
I spent while we're waiting. I spent all day getting I downloaded Minecraft. I downloaded Minecraft Java edition because Macho and Mark and I we're gonna play together. We're gonna put that on the channel too. It's gonna be friggin' awesome. But I'm gonna build the
Breaking Rad empire in Minecraft. Yeah. Glorious.
Yes, it's gonna be so great. The Breaking Rad mansion.
Yeah, we're gonna. You guys will get to see what we could set up as our living space if we were gonna live together.
Yeah.
Awesome.
The Breaking Rad man cave mansion, whatever. Anyway, I downloaded. See, on Bedrock is what I've been playing on. But on Java, you can get shaders that make Minecraft look so good. But I spent all day trying to figure out how to do that, and then getting some mods and stuff. So I pretty much had a wasted day aside from doing dishes. But it'll be off in the future.
So I don't know anything. I literally know zero about Minecraft. I tried to play the survival edition on a beta free thing for the PlayStation. They're trying to get you to buy it. And so I was like, yeah, I'm going to download it and see what it's all about. Because my daughter plays and makes these crazy, weird, mansion or houses in the sky and stuff. And I downloaded it and tried to play. And I was like, yes, survival's the mode they give you. You don't have anything else. And I don't know how to do anything else anyway, so it doesn't matter. Mark's gone. So I tried to play survival. And I was like, this isn't so hard. I'm chopping trees. I figured out how to make an axe, or I figured out how to make a whatever. And I'm cutting things down. I'm digging holes in the ground like you do. And then all of a sudden I have these, the groaning of the zombies or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, I was like, what is that? And, and before I know it, I turn around and one's hitting me and it's like, oh man, you're ow, your hearts start dropping or whatever. And there's too many of them. It swarmed me. So you get 20. You get so many 2 hours of play or something for free, and before they make you try to.
Oh right.
And I played for the 2 hours though. I kind of got into it, and I was like, next time I'm not gonna try to make a home base. I'm gonna go on a quest and just go across the map straight. And I got to some place and there was these guys in a fort kind of, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna go to the fort, and they started shooting me with arrows and I died.
Pillagers. You don't want to go into a pillager area unless you've got armor and a sword, maybe a bow.
don't know what I'm doing. Have no idea what I'm doing. So it should be fun. I'm saying all this to say,
I'll learn you.
It should be pretty fun to watch Cal and Mark and I, and these guys know what they're doing, and I don't. So it should be good. But yeah, it looks like Minecraft Java works with Windows, Linux, and Mac OS. It's cross-platform, so I'm pretty excited to be able to get on there. And
that'll be fun. And speaking of, he has a link. Good. Speaking of Minecraft monsters that kill you, the worst enemy in any game. Now listen, I beat Bloodborne, which is very difficult, and I've played hard games, and I've done, I'm a gamer. The worst enemy in any video game is a freaking creeper in Minecraft, because not only do they sneak up behind you, they creep up behind you and just explode and kill you. They destroy anything you were working on. Just you're building an awesome house. You spend all this time gathering all the materials, and then a creeper just pops out of nowhere and freaking explodes. And I mean, there's no better reason to rage quit a video game than a creeper, man.
Yeah, I play on creative mode because
Uh-huh.
I just like to build things, and you know,
not with us, man. We're survival.
I ain't got time for that.
Are we
We're doing survival?
Survival mode. Okay. I'm excited to try.
Should we wait for Skip to get on before we start name that villain?
Yeah. Let's give him a second. So the game I've been playing lately, and I've told you guys. I don't know if I've told all the people that may watch this, but I've gotten addicted to watching F1 racing. It's like high speed chess. It's incredible. It's like everything matters, like the tires and the just every little detail matters. It's like really, you can like really nerd out on all the like data and stuff. Anyway, so I bought an F1 video game. It's a racing simulator, and it's so hard, but I'm addicted to getting like the perfect lap, like on certain tracks and stuff. And it's so hard, and I've become addicted. I've been playing it a lot. So
is it like a flight simulator for cars?
Yeah, I mean, it's just for F1 cars. So like you can like you set up everything, the caster and the camber, and like you set up your wing, like how much downforce you want, and you set up how much like it just every little detail on a real car that they would set up, like you can choose, and like your brake bias front to rear and everything. And I've gotten too deep into like reading about like technical documents about setting up cars. Like why am I the way I am? Why do I need to know this information? But and so I've been playing that, and I know nobody probably really finds this stuff exciting except me, but that's just what I've been playing recently. It's a super boring thing probably for a lot of people, but I love it so much. But I'm hoping I get addicted to Minecraft because my daughter plays, and I think it'd be fun to play some Minecraft with her. So yeah.
Well, I started a channel with my daughter, and we just have that one video. But man, I
watched it. It was like it was cracking me up. It was pretty funny.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, Skip. Welcome.
Skip. Thanks for coming.
You replaced Mark and Mutt at this point.
Yeah, you're
is Mark 6 a.m. Comics?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mark.
He just said he's not optimistic.
Yeah. He gave. Oh man, I shouldn't have looked at this. Mark, I'm sorry if you're watching this.
No, I looked at it too. Oh no, I only saw the first one, but that's okay.
Oh, I saw them all. So I refrained from answering because I was like, "What is this thing he sent me?" And he's not optimistic that he's going to be able to stay. And I read too many of the answers. That's
cheating.
You weren't supposed to read them unless you had.
I'm sorry. Okay, you sent me something, and I thought it was really important.
We just can't guess on the ones we saw.
Much. I can't guess on any of them. I read them all. Demented for fun. It's not too early to thumbs down the stream, but I double dare you to thumbs up the stream instead.
I double dog dare you.
Double dog dare you.
I dare you to thumbs down it.
Let's do. Skip is here.
Is everybody roboting?
Are you there?
Yeah. I'm here. Macho's frozen.
I'm here. Can you hear me? Yeah, Macho's frozen.
No, I can't wake him up. I tried. So what's going on, Cal?
Not much. Hey, good to meet you, man. We've seen you so much in chat. It's good to put a face to the internet words.
Yeah. You do anything for Free Comic Book Day?
To celebrate Free Comic Book Day, I'm going to read some comics on Comixology Unlimited. I don't go to comic shops anymore. Maybe one of these days.
Yeah, I haven't been in probably 2 years now because of the pandemic, and I moved like so far out of like Metro Phoenix. Like I'm far west now, so.
So what city are you in?
I'm a half hour west of Buckeye, so it's really far west. So yeah.
Dude, yeah. I worked in Buckeye for a little while. I was doing a fill-in thing for churches like around the valley, and where I just go lead worship at different churches and
church.
And well, I mean, it was all different at the time. Like it's a company that staffs churches who either don't have a worship pastor or who like for the week they don't have somebody, and so I would just get sent all around the valley. Of course, I'm in North Phoenix, and there's never a church in North Phoenix. It was always Buckeye, Mesa, Tempe. It was always west or east of where I am. But yeah, one church I was at a church for kind of. Oh, here's Macho.
I'm back.
I was at a church for a little while in Buckeye. I was there every week for about 2 months.
Wow.
I don't remember the name of the church, dude. It was in like a school in like a really ultra new housing development. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
It's probably
there's a lot of housing developments out there.
Yeah, like the last 10 years, that whole city just blew up out of nowhere. Welcome to my show, Macho. How are you?
Yeah, thanks for having me, Skip. Thanks, man. Yeah, I'm back. I'm streaming off of my phone actually right now, and I'm gonna run and get before we play Name That Death. Let me grab a charger because my phone's gonna die, and I think my internet just went down too. Like no joke, everybody started spinning when I was talking, and then it gave me like your internet is down, and I linked to my phone. So give me a second. Just talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back.
All right. Yeah, dude. It's so cool to find out you're in the valley. I mean, for everyone watching, like, I just found out last week. Skip and I live pretty close to each other.
Out here, there's quite a few of us. Ink Spots is in Prescott. Shelby, Dan Frega's inker, Shelby Robertson. Yeah. He's in Tucson. I actually talked to him more than like any other creator I've met in the comic skate scene. He's a really helpful guy. He like 25-year pro. Like he did finishes for Rob Liefeld to the point where like he even like would embellish Liefeld's names on covers because Liefeld would just do a really really loose layout and be like here. Like, it's crazy.
That's funny, dude.
Yeah, that guy's got stories for days.
Ishi and Kat. I don't know if you know them on Twitter. Jayashiro Finney is his name, and then Kat Roca. I think it's her name, Kat Roca. I might be thinking of a different cat. Anyway, they moved from San Diego out last year during the pandemic, or right before the pandemic.
Are you talking about White Cat Comics? Carla? No, that's Carla. Carla Tornielli. She lives out here.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna look at this. Like cat.
All right, I'm back. Plugging my phone in.
Why did I say Roca? No, Cat Roca is somebody else, I think. But anyway, Cat on Twitter, Cat _ AIA, and then I think her husband or boyfriend Jay Sherifini. I think he was part of the Twitter purge of last year. Earlier this year.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, they're out here too. They're out I think they're in Mesa or Tempe, and I was gonna go out with have a drink with them right before the pandemic thing happened, and then no place was open for so long and then I never Anyway, he writes like Lovecraftian stuff, Lovecraftian comics and things.
Okay.
Anyway,
that's one thing I never got into is the HP Lovecraft stuff, the Cthulhu. I don't know why. I heard the HBO series is fantastic. But like anything with it, like I just never had any interest in checking it out. And like I always try to, like broaden my horizons and see what else is out there, but I never could get into that stuff.
Yeah, it's definitely kind of either you like it or you can acquire a taste, but it's just not your cup. Like for me, I got into Lovecraft kind of like slowly and accidentally. Like I like the idea of cosmic horror because it's unbeatable. It's like I'm a Christian, and so like in the Christian faith, like evil there already has an expiration date. Yeah. So when I'm trying to write horror, I'm like trying to get around that. And so Lovecraft really appealed to me, and so I started reading. I've only read 3 or 4 full pieces. They're different to read.
Lock and Key, does that count as Lovecraft type stuff?
Lock and Key is really good. I don't know. I think it does. I think there's definitely a cosmic horror element because there's definitely like the unknown, like the kind of the like this ancient unknown stuff going on, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Lock and Key. Man, what a good story.
He lives out here, J Photos. I think he's just the colorist on that series.
Okay.
But I was asking because so in Phoenix, 3 different comic shops did mini Comic Cons Saturday. I ended up having to work, so I couldn't go. But so there was just a ton of people tabling at cons. I was like, oh, I wonder if anyone in Comicsgate like went to any of those, and like,
yeah,
like I met a lot of people that are so on the opposite of what Comicsgate is there. Like John Layman I met one like a year or two ago, and like I actually liked Chew. I thought it was a funny series. It was a good idea. Kind of reminds you of like Sylar from Heroes, you know, but but it's an Asian guy that like can eat people and steal their abilities. But like the story got funny. Like, did you actually read the whole thing, Cal? Like where
I didn't read the whole thing. I maybe read the first arc.
Yeah,
maybe the first 2.
The second or third, he gets kidnapped by a sports writer that has this idea that he wants to write like a like tell-all secret about the greats of baseball. So he like just ties down Tony Chu and feeds him every dead corpse of every Hall of Fame baseball player, so he could get like their whole. Oh man, it was a great read.
It ticks me off that a little gremlin like Layman can come up with some funny stuff like that, but. Yeah. Their talent can be found even in the worst of people.
It's weird, man. Like, I think my favorite 2 Image series would be like Chew, and then the what was it called? Tradmore and Justin Jordan, the Luther Strode, the strange case of Luther Strode, something like that.
Right. I haven't read it, but I've heard of it.
It was fantastic. It's like this nerdy kid. It's kind of like a Kick-Ass type story, but this nerdy kid looks at the ads in the back of a Silver Age comic, and there was one about getting ripped and getting fighting skills. So he calls the ad, and then the next day he's a superhero. Like that's how he gets his powers.
That's funny.
And it was Tradmore. It was both of their like breakthrough jobs. Like that was their first jobs either of them had. And Eric Stevenson had just become the editor-in-chief at Image, and he read it. And 15 minutes after he read the first issue, he greenlit it. He was like, "All right, you guys are doing this." And that was the first time in a total unknown like broke in at Image.
Yeah, wow, dude. And Image is one of the imprints. I mean, in my opinion, they're the only kind of big imprint that's still doing anything worthwhile. Macho reviewed Ultra Mega last week, right? Was it last week?
Yeah, I think it was last week. Such a good comic. I have another one I'm going to do a video for Mark to review, and it's called Barbarian, and it's really, really, really good. It's a image book imprint. I think. Oh no, it's not. It's not an Image book. What is it? No? Doesn't matter. It's a small press press thing. It's really good though. So anyway. But we can talk about Image in a few minutes. I think what we should do now that we have Skip, where it looks like Mark's gone, I think we should play our world famous segment, Name That Death.
All right.
That's what I'm here for.
That's what he's here for.
Great idea. I'm going to go ahead and play that intro, and here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, Name That.
All right. So we have a bunch of movies. Mark has actually sent me Cal. You don't worry about looking. I have the answers to these movies, so I'll be Mark tonight and give you all time for when you guess wrong.
Perfect. I know the first one, so I won't guess on the first one. I probably would have got it anyway.
I think I would have gotten the first one. Usually, the first one, as always, is like the easy one to get everybody, the warm up to get everybody going. So let's see it right now and see how fast you guys catch it.
All right, number one, here we go.
All right.
Remember, keep your arms and legs in the vehicle. Hello?
Oh man, Stat Zero.
He still beat me. Like,
Oh man, he is Mutt. Mutt just probably looked it up. Here we go.
Types faster than I think.
Look at this.
would not put Rambo.
I liked. John Lithgow riding in a helicopter down to his death. It was fantastic.
It's so weird seeing him as a villain though. Like after watching Third Rock from the Sun. Like,
Yeah.
it's so different.
Dude, if you want to see him as a legit villain, Dexter.
Oh, that's right. I was trying to think of what it was.
Dude,
Yeah, I've never watched that series, so
Yeah, he's
He's
the
a great
Trinity
villain.
killer in Dexter, and my gosh, he is such a good villain in that show.
I always John Lithgow will forever be the dad in Harry and the Hendersons for me.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's the movie that like cemented him in my mind. And he'll never be anybody other than the dad from Harry and the Hendersons, which still a fantastic movie, holds up today, great practical effects, and it's fun to watch with your family. It's great.
I've rewatched it fairly recently. Last 2 years, I did rewatch it. That and The Great Outdoors, because I was like,
Oh yeah,
Oh, great.
there's some movies that like I need to force my son to watch. You know?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I have a whole list for my daughter. We just recently watched Jurassic Park, and it was excellent. It was so much fun.
Oh yeah.
She's
Yeah.
a
The
dinosaur.
score alone.
Yep, it's really good. All right.
How old is your son, Skip?
14.
Oh
Okay.
yeah. Oh, he's
Yeah,
prime.
oh,
for it.
yeah.
You got to show him
it's-
everything.
Yeah, like he wants to hang out in his room, so I drag him out and make him watch bad films. It's,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's what you got to
The
do.
Great Outdoors is phenomenal. That's not a bad film. That's a great. That's peak Dan Aykroyd and John. What is his name? Why can't I think of it?
John Candy.
John
Candy,
Candy.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, it was John Candy. Okay. Yeah, man, what a phenomenal movie. It's so fun. It's so 80s.
Yeah,
You know?
It's weird though, like the stuff that had a PG rating in the 80s, like you think it's okay, right? And then
not okay.
and it's like, how much nudity is in Airplane? This 1980s PG.
The
Oh,
80s
man.
was the cocaine era. I mean, I think even the people like doing the movie ratings were like on cocaine while they were rating the movies. Like, this is great for kids. It's great. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Kids are gonna love this. They love
I told
boobs,
these
right?
guys, I watched. I let my daughter watch Back to the Future, the first one, and we were watching it together, and it was one of the most awkward things that has happened. It was,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of like kissing and innuendos and stuff, and I'm like, was this in? I don't remember this in this movie.
Yeah. Different time.
A different time for sure. All right,
And you were a kid, not a grown up at the time. All right, number 2. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Oh man.
Oh man, that was so good. I love that he cut his fingers off. That was fantastic.
I'm going Hard to Kill.
Okay.
I don't
Anybody?
know.
Come on, Mutt. What is it, Mutt?
It's all 3 word movies, but I can't remember which one it is.
Rusty, that is partially
Fire Down Below.
Rusty is partially correct. Oh, Mutt got it.
Did he? Is that it?
Under Siege 2.
All right. Look at that.
I'm over here
man.
telling myself it's definitely not Under Siege. It looks too cheap, but
Yeah. Man, Stat Zero, I'm disappointed in you. You just went for Stat goes for the most
Out for Justice.
he
That
goes
makes
for
me want to
the
watch
most
Out for
pure.
Justice.
Yeah. Out for Justice. Yeah, I know.
I want
All
to rewatch all those movies, all the whatever. I can't think of anybody's names tonight for some reason. Who's the guy? Come on, the guy in those movies.
The guy with the face?
Yeah, the face and the ponytail.
Steven Seagal.
Steven
Steven
Seagal.
Seagal.
I was like,
Dude,
what are
I
you
can't
talking
think
about?
of anything. Once we start streaming, I literally lose all my knowledge for some reason. I don't know. It's so strange. Okay, I'm gonna go on to number 3 now.
All right, let's go.
Thanks, Rusty.
I have
Come on,
no
guys.
idea.
Oh my gosh, I would have gotten this one. Jean-Claude Van Damme does his like his famous like yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Like he does that in Bloodsport a lot. Yep, there we go. Rusty got it first. Rusty Deo.
What is it? The kickboxer?
Oh,
The cyborg.
It's
It
Cyborg.
moved.
Yep. Mutt was slow on that one. We give it to Rusty, and then Stat Zero. Stat. You're gonna have to bump up your game, man. On the roof area to drop down. Yep. Excellent. Gave you 3 easy ones to kick it off, he says. Okay.
3
We'll
okay, 3 easy. Okay.
We'll see what the next one's like.
All right, number 4, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
You're out of bullets. Yes! And you know what that means. You're out of luck.
Oh, man. That's a good one, too. I don't know if I would have gotten that one. Stat Zero got it that time.
Dirty Harry?
It's the Deadpool.
Deadpool. Oh.
Yep. Stat Zero on the he's coming back. Dirty Harry 2. No, it's not Muttman. Stat.
Not every Clint Eastwood movie is Dirty Harry.
I know. The only one I can ever think of when I think of Clint Eastwood is Any Which Way But Loose with him and the orangutan. Good movie.
Oh, crap.
They ride around in that. I think they have a truck in that one. I can't remember.
Wasn't it like a Winnebago or a camper truck?
Yeah, it was something like that. Any Which Way But Loose. That's a good one.
Well, I think we should move on. Number 5.
Any Which Way But Loose, 1978. Those are the days.
2 years
All
after
right.
I was born. Okay, number 5. Here we go.
I like that they missed him every time with the bullets because he stutter stepped.
Yeah.
Like all the bullets were hitting behind him. Like they're missing, but he just stutter stepped around them. It was
They
incredible.
need to hire Chuck Norris. The military needs to hire Chuck Norris to teach soldiers how to dodge bullets.
I know.
Holy crap.
Was that Lone Wolf McQuaid?
It was Lone Wolf McQuaid. Yep.
Yes.
Really? That's
Best
a
movie ever
for
made.
real? Oh my gosh.
That's the best title ever. I'm surprised there isn't a superhero named after it yet.
I know.
Stat got it.
There you go.
Stack it.
McQuaid. And Mutt is yelling Delta Force, and he's too little too late. It's wrong, and it's
Delta Force. It's got Chuck Norris. It must be Delta Force.
I know.
That would have been my next guess. I'm not even gonna lie.
Me too. Yeah, no, that was my only guess, but I knew it wasn't right. Just I didn't say it. Okay, number 6. We got a lot of segments tonight, so I'm breezing through this.
Yeah, let's keep crew.
Rucker Hauer.
Wow.
Rucker Hauer.
That was fantastic.
That was great.
It's the end of Ready Player One, right?
Nope.
No clue then.
Unfortunately. Nobody? Come on, I'm going to give you guys. Oh my gosh. It was a great death. That was a fantastic death.
Yeah, that was
Nighthawks.
I always want to watch these movies. I mean, these give me so many ideas for like watching.
Even
movies.
Stat Zero is missing this one. All right, you guys want to know?
Yeah.
All right, that is Wanted, Dead or Alive.
Oh,
Wanted, Dead or Alive. I don't know. I've never heard of that movie.
Remember that movie?
I have. I don't remember this one. That was. I would have not gotten that one at all.
That was 5, right?
Yeah, no, 6. We got
No,
one.
6.
Whew, it's not even.
Oh.
No, it's not only 9:30. I'm already yawning.
Someone's at my door. No, I'm not answering. Sorry. Probably a landscaper. Okay, I noticed your front yard's pretty awful. Yeah, no. Here we go, number 7.
Got you. Well.
Wow. I don't know what it is, but I just want to watch it based off of the soundtrack alone. That was incredible.
Yeah.
So much metal guitar. It was great.
I'm going Big Trouble in Little China.
No, it's definitely not big. I don't think I've seen this movie, but it's definitely not Big Trouble in Little China.
No one's. I peeked and no one's gotten it. So
Stat Zero said best of the best, not best of the
No.
best. Oh, he said, oh, and then he responded, no, that's not it. He knows.
no, I've never heard of this movie, but I definitely need to watch it now. That guy definitely taught his pupil, his protege.
He taught him well. He did teach him. Oh, he's thinking best of the best 2 or 3. It's not. It's none of this. Nope.
Dan and the Yawn Brigade.
I know. I'm already yawning. It's
Dan and the Yawn Brigade.
I'm already yawning. I'm sorry. Do you guys want to know what it is?
Yeah.
He's a Bradage again. He corrected Bradage with Bradage. Oh, man.
Well, that's what we were watching was Blood Fist.
Blood Fist.
Blood Fist. Right on the tip of everybody's tongue. That was a good one, Mark. I'm impressed. You came through with some hard ones. First couple were easy, and then you came through with a bunch of difficult ones. Shut up, Cal.
I love mine. That was it, guys. That was name that villain death. And
all right, Stat, you got some movies to catch up on. Those are homework items for you this week.
I like 6 a.m.'s comment. Mutt, you're such a dad.
Yeah.
Mutt is the daddest dad I've ever met.
Bloodfist does sound like a Rob Liefeld character. I will give Mutt that. Oh my gosh.
Well, we have done our famous Name That Death. Like, that's kind of what we're known for, across the world. But there's something else that we're working on that we'll just keep the show going. Something else that we're working on that we want to be even, maybe it probably will never be bigger than Name That Death, but it's going to be big. And what I'm talking about is CG Royal Rumble. And
yeah.
A bunch of cool stuff to reveal tonight. I actually don't know who we're revealing, but we're revealing another name on the roster for the Royal Rumble. And if any of you guys are just coming in, if you're watching this later, the cool thing about this is our very own 6 a.m. Comics, who happens to not be with us tonight. He's in the chat because his phone keeps crapping out on him. Has taken it upon himself to create a bunch of creators within the indie kind of community here, and put them into this wrestling video game. And we're going to have a Royal Rumble, and we're going to pit them all against each other. We're also going to have a ladies match. We're also going to have a couple exhibition matches. And all 4 of the goons, we're going to be commentating on this. We'll probably have some special guests and talk about the match while we watch it. Maybe we can get a bookie or something to take bets. But anyway, it's going to be awesome. So if you haven't, there's some videos in our Breaking Rad YouTube channel, which you can obviously find if you're watching us right now. Take a peek. But yeah, Cal is going to, I think in a minute, you got the footage, Cal. You ready?
I do. It's ready, and I can click it whenever I need to.
All right. So let's go ahead and show it. I think let's let's find out who the next person on the roster is. There's a bunch of new characters, so keep your eyes peeled and let's watch it.
It's gonna be fun. Here we go.
All right.
The following contest
Ritter.
is scheduled for one.
Yes. Yes.
Give me, guys.
Yes.
He's taking some offense. The photo forward. Nice. This might be it. Oh, my. You got to go forward match. We check with the referee to confirm that somebody's going to attack you. It's going to be too late.
Oh man, I'm so pumped. That was awesome. So Kyle Ritter is our man. I'm excited to have him on the roster. That's pretty exciting.
Good.
So we gotta tweet that out. He looks just like him too. That was a good one.
I don't know. I've never seen Kyle Ritter without a Slim Jim in his hand. So
I've never seen him with his face not deep faked onto a woman's body.
oh no, that's true. His gift game is strong.
The jacket slims him. Dude, the thing that was cracking me up is Narwhal and his entrance, man. It's like so chaotic, just like Narwhal is. What's it say on his back? I couldn't catch it.
I didn't catch it either. I think Weathers is my favorite though. Eric Weathers is just like almost a spitting image. Mark's
Weathers
doing a
and
great job on all
Bancroft
these
are,
guys. Yeah, Bancroft is really good too.
I don't know, Samedi, I like Samedi's long flowing black hair.
Yeah. He looks awesome. Yeah. Dude, it gets me giddy every time it like I don't know, it's nostalgic. It reminds me of early CG, you know? It reminds me of the early days when everyone just loved each other, you know? Everyone was happy. No one was fighting each other. We were fighting SJWs and that was it, you know? That's what this reminds me of. But now we're all fighting each other in a different way.
Did you see Donald DeLay put a tweet out today? It was really funny. It said I could explain 20 years of a Spanish novella easier than I could explain the last 2 years in Comicsgate. And you think about it, and it's like, and everyone's like commenting like how CG ages in dog years, and like, you know, like no, it's like 100 years for every year in Comicsgate. Like this place is crazy.
Who said that?
Donald DeLay.
Oh, Donald DeLay. That's pretty funny, actually.
Yeah.
Oh man, now everyone fights me, which is why I have bricks in the boxing gloves. Nice. All right, I went and got my headphone because I was getting a little bit of a lagging something like my voice. Is this all right? Can you hear me? Does it sound terrible?
Yeah, you're great.
Okay,
no, you're good.
All right, good. I put my flight headset on just like Skip.
Heck yeah.
We look like we're getting ready to take you guys on a flight. CG is a pressure cooker for creators. It is, man. It is absolutely a pressure cooker. Well, cool. I'm so pumped for this thing, and we only have a few slots left. Like, there's not many, and we're gonna be done with it. So I know Mark had said, but we got to have some sort of meeting of the minds so we can start prepping this thing and getting people to tweet it out and get people excited about it. I think it's going to be pretty awesome when we're able to do this kind of free pay-per-view. It's going to be cool.
So Dillard, all these baseball hats, I bet none of these guys could pull a double play. If I knew what a double play was, I'm sure I could pull it. I don't know what that is though.
If Dillard sends me his box, I will put my baseball trophy in it.
Oh yeah, the box. What was it called?
Traveling box.
What's it called, Dillard? Your fancy box. Mark keeps getting booted. Sorry, buddy. Now he's double posting.
He put it 2 times.
Yeah, he's just double posting. All right, Mark. Have a good night, buddy. Sorry for that.
You're clearly malfunctioning.
Definitely malfunctioning. Dillard draws. Macho can play all the sports. I did play. I played like Pee-wee baseball, like Little League baseball. I'm not good at baseball. I definitely can't play all the sports. But I'm good at wearing a baseball hat. And this is technically the cut is a trucker hat. So
mine
I'm better
too,
at driving trucks anyway.
Mine has a cryptid on it, so that's why I wear it. That's why I'm wearing it. And also because my hairline is thinning, so
I didn't have time to comb my hair, so I put a hat on.
You know what? We'll forgive you because we all wear hats, except for Mark. Mark has a great head of hair, so he doesn't. He's got that Italian coif. Going.
So when I saw Mutt this weekend, myself and one of my other bald friends, because I have literally like nothing on top of my head. Look, I'm just gonna take it off. Look, no hair at all.
Now I feel better about mine. Nothing.
Yeah, look at that. We told Mutt he needs to go ahead and like rip the Band-Aid off and just shave his head. He needs to do it because he's been hanging on. He's been hanging on to a little bit of hair, and he needs to just let it go.
Yeah.
Boomerang box. I'm currently harassing Marsupial Gamer to get that box sent out. Nice. And then it's headed to Jiminy Cricket next. Man, he's had that box for a long time.
2 months. Wow.
Yeah. Well, there's going to be some good stuff in that box. If you don't know, the Boomerang box, I believe it's getting sent to a bunch of creators, and they're putting something in there every time somebody gets it. Like Mutt had it a while back. He sent it off to somebody else, and when it finally arrives, I think it must be going to somebody or somebody's winning it, and it's going to have just a fat stack of really sweet stuff in there. It's pretty cool. Very cool kind of concept that he went with there. But enough talking about stuff and where the boxes are. I think we should move on to our next segment, and we're going to talk about what is bad, sad, and rad out there with pop culture, some of the movies and stuff that's coming out. Does that sound good, guys? Sounds good. All
Sounds
right.
good to me. Quick praise for Dillard, though. Thanks for showing up in the chat. Dillard's one of those guys that, like, you see those artists who you're like, why aren't they, like, super famous? Dillard's one of those guys to me. I always see his stuff and go, why isn't he?
Why hadn't somebody picked him up or something? I know.
Yeah, why isn't he a headliner? Like, why isn't he, part of the elite? He's a really, really, really great artist.
I think it's because Dillard is maybe one of the best guys. Like, he can burn you so fast if you're not paying attention to what you say. Dillard will scorch you. And I think that's what it is that people don't want him to, because he just drops bombs on people. It's really funny if you listen to him. If you watch that guy on other people's channels, he won't go easy on anybody. It's pretty funny. I can see Muttman's reflection of his computer in that head. Look at all those. Oh yeah. I have some really boring work tabs open, and that's about it. And a Minecraft, so I can remember to get Minecraft Java later. And
it's $26.95, just FYI.
I saw 20. Yeah, it's I can spend $26 for the cause. I think
this morning my wife I was like, honey, is something wrong with our bank account? I tried to buy that game. She's like, well, I thought you said it was $20. I'm like, yeah, but that's only $6 more. But she's like, oh, because she like holds money from one account. So like so I don't spend it all. I don't know.
You have an allowance?
My wife's in bank. She's a bank manager. She like manages all our finances, and sometimes I'll go to buy something and it's fine, and other times I'll be like, why can't I? I know we have money, she'll be like, "That's because I didn't transfer it over there," and I'm like, "Oh, okay." So that happened this morning, and she's like, "I thought it was $20." I'm like, "Well, it's $26.95," and then she's like, "Okay, I transferred more over," and she's like, "Go ahead and try again," and I'm like, "It's not working." She's like, "It might take a few minutes." I'm like, "Oh my gosh, this is so frustrating. I just want to buy this freaking game." But I finally got it, and it's awesome. It looks great. Anyway, next segment. What is it?
It's the bad, sad, and rad segment. So
okay,
we're gonna
we've got 5 lined up.
Yeah. So what we're gonna do, guys, we're gonna go over what a bunch of stuff that's coming out currently in movies or TV shows, and then we are all gonna weigh in kind of what we think. Bad, is it look terrible? Sad, like does it just look like they're trying too hard? Or rad, like obviously it's gonna be cool. So let's do that right now. Cal, hit us with the first one.
Yeah, just kind of like my prediction off the bat because I put all these on here. I feel like this is going to be a more negative than last week, but I'm curious to see if chat proves me wrong on this. You guys too, because last week I was more optimistic than I thought I was going to be. Like Shang-Chi, is that it? That was called Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi, yeah.
That one actually, I never watched the trailer because I didn't care. But when we watched the trailer last week, I was like, actually, this is kind of cool.
Yeah, I think it looks all right. Yeah.
But anyway, all right. Well, so let's get going.
Stat zero. Even I might be too pessimistic for this segment. I don't know. We'll see.
Okay. Discord is like ruining my bottom bar here. So okay, there we go. Share screen. Grab a Chrome tab, and this is the Batman.
All right.
With the sparkly vampire.
Are we going to watch it, or is this we are watching it? Okay, so we do have to, while this is going on, we don't want to get copyright struck, so hopefully we can.
We'll just get claimed. It won't be a strike. So
okay.
Fine. We don't. Okay. Almost every one of our streams has a copyright claim on it, but we're not monetized anyway till we hit 1,000 subs, so we're totally fine.
Okay, yeah, we're not near that.
No, we're nowhere near that.
All right, let's watch it.
This one's I'm looking forward to though. So
yeah,
I think I am too.
I haven't seen this yet, so we'll see.
Oh,
is the sound going? Yeah, it is.
Yeah. What did it say? No more lies?
From your secret friend.
Underneath the bridge.
Who?
Top has sprung a leak. And the animals that
That's very emo. This is emo Batman.
Let's play a game. Just me and you. Any of this mean anything to you?
Is that Gordon? Is that a black Gordon?
I think so, yeah.
Of course it's him.
So, can you pause it real quick?
Yeah.
If you scroll back, the guy I just showed, was that Colin Farrell? Because I heard Colin Farrell's the Penguin in it, but he has to wear a fat suit. That guy right there.
Maybe. Is it?
I'm trying to think of what Colin Farrell.
The Irish guy who was in The Recruit.
Yeah.
SWAT.
That could be. It's hard to tell with the fat suit.
I don't know if that's him. I don't know. He doesn't look penguin enough.
Because it's supposed
he's
to
not be Danny DeVito.
I think it's supposed to be the Riddler, Jason Todd, and the Penguin in this one. So.
Oh, really? That's
yeah.
That's a lot
like
of
the No More Lies and stuff. Those are clues left by the Riddler. Like he would leave.
Yeah.
Okay, so is this a death in the family type story? Like, is it Jason Todd dying?
No idea, because why would it be the second Robin with that young of a year one Batman? It's weird.
That's true.
But, all right, I was just curious. I wanted to catch that.
Yeah, no, we can pause as much as we need to. Like back to actually last week, chat was saying we should be pausing and commenting more. So definitely.
Stats saying he shows up later. Well, yeah, if you talk over the audio, it keeps the algorithm confused.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe we can do that then.
Just keep talking.
Oh my gosh, that is so emo for Batman. I can't even handle it.
Very
I'm
emo.
sorry.
He went into hiding for 20 years because his parents got killed, though. He's pretty emo.
Batman is like
Was he writing to you?
attractive, but not pretty boy attractive. I don't know.
There's a race swap. Cat.
There
There
he
he
is.
is. That was
That's
the
him.
Penguin. Yeah.
Didn't even look like Colin Farrell.
Like the guys that just showed, I thought they were the mutants the first time I saw the trailer. That's what I was hoping for.
Your blind eye.
Hell are you
Those
supposed
guys.
to be?
Whoa, yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
Reminds you of Daredevil, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Netflix
yeah,
Daredevil.
No.
I'm vengeance.
Now, I'm down with the car.
Whoa! This guy's crazy.
So,
I'm hopeful.
yeah, I'm hopeful.
It didn't show an Alfred though, did it?
Yeah, I didn't see any Alfred.
Because Jeremy Irons was awesome as the last one.
Yeah. So Stat Zero said that was Penguin in the car. Yeah, definitely Penguin. He was a weird. It didn't look like Colin Farrell at all. I'm kind of excited to see how he pulls it off. The Danny DeVito Penguin is the creepiest, the most disgusting Penguin ever. Just wearing that onesie with like all the nasty stains on it and stuff. Like, imagine what he smells like. It'd be awful. But
That's a great movie. It doesn't hold up, but it's fantastic.
Doesn't hold up, but it is. Yeah, it's like classic Tim Burton.
The guy that plays Christopher Walken's son that tries to speak the same way. Like,
oh yeah,
it's so bad.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know. Like this one, I'm pretty. I think it looks pretty rad. Like, I mean, I'm also not like a huge like Batman guy, so like I'll let it get away with stuff that other like big Batman fans probably are not going to be crazy about. So I think it looks pretty cool. I think the car looks cool, the Batmobile and that. Like, I know that's probably going to be very polarizing and some people are not going to dig it. But I'm a sucker for muscle cars and, big flared fenders and stuff. And that has both of those things. So
dude, the original Batman movie changed the Batmobile so much. And then freaking the Christian Bale with the tank. I think we can take. I think we'll take anything as a Batmobile as long as the Batmovie is good.
Yeah, some people are probably not going to like it, but I think it looks pretty cool. It has flames coming out of the back, like it's going to be good.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, that trailer. I'm not going to lie. That I never watched a trailer. I've just read online commentaries, and that trailer converted me in about half a second when he started beating the tar out of that guy.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. This reminds me a lot of, I mean, I know he's not supposed to be, obviously he's much younger. It's not supposed to be like Dark Knight Returns, but that reminded me of a Dark Knight Returns Batman, Like
he's pretty
just
brutal.
like, I'm going to beat you almost till you're dead. And I thought that was cool.
Frank Miller, he wrote Year One too, though, right?
Yeah, he did.
He could do some grit with a younger guy.
Yeah, it looks like a young Batman, like trying to figure out his way. Kind of like, who knows what he's going to be like, but he looked really brutal. Like he's taking it out on them, Yeah.
I'm going to right now, Cal is going to eat the words of a few minutes ago, Cal, when I said Bruce Wayne's supposed to be attractive, not pretty boy. Like, I feel like if the movie is a lot of what I just saw, then I'll probably like it. I'll probably be fine with it. And I am a big Batman guy. Like Year One, Long Halloween, Dark Knight Returns, like all the stuff from back in the
Did you see they just released the animated Long Halloween Part 1 and 2?
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that
I
too.
haven't seen it yet. Is it good?
I haven't seen it. It's not on HBO Max, and I didn't buy it because I wanted to make sure, like, when I got home that it wasn't, included with my streaming service. But it's not on HBO, but it is on DVD right now.
I think I read a review like that wasn't positive, and it bummed me out enough to like make me not seek it out because I don't want to be bummed out. Like if I read a review, I'm like, okay, I won't watch that. But if I watch something and then I'm
Yeah.
bummed out, because Long Halloween is, I think it's my favorite Batman story. So, I mean, Gotham by Gaslight also is up there, but Long Halloween is so good. I like it more than Dark Knight Returns, and I would be so bummed if I watched a whole cartoon movie and it wasn't good. You know.
Dillard says this is great. Finally, Batman is emo again. I'm sick of morally ambiguous Batman. He needs to kill more, much more. You know, I'm kind of like I'm excited for Batman to be a little bit more brutal and and probably kill some people. I think so. Yeah, I'm down.
I think since the Frank Miller, since the cataclysm of Frank Miller. Yeah, dude.
There you go.
Since that cataclysm, the cataclysmic shift in Batman became something different than he was, and that Batman is the opposite of Superman. You know, like, and that's why I think even though I like the visuals and I was entertained by the Snyder movies, and I agreed with Superman killing Zod, I also didn't agree with Superman killing Zod. I agreed with the idea that he needed to be killed, but it shouldn't have been Superman who killed him.
Yeah.
Superman doesn't kill. He just doesn't. He doesn't level entire cities. He finds a different way. But Batman, I think he's going to kill people. He's not going to use a gun, but he's going to kill people. And I agree with Dillard. I don't know if he's being facetious, but I agree with him anyway.
Dillard says, remember when Keaton killed all those people at Ace Chemicals? Classic. You're not wrong, dude. He killed all kinds of people. Absolutely. I did see it made me laugh because I saw Captain America is kind of one of those people that I think like he tries not to kill or whatever, you know, like even if it's like a bad guy. But somebody did they're like, all right, if we're looking at this realistically, if Captain America hits somebody enough to make them fly backwards, he probably caved their chest in. So they did a kill count of is it Winter Soldier? Yeah, Winter Soldier. And it was like hundreds and hundreds of people he just like massacred basically because everybody he hits in that movie flies backwards 5 feet. It was pretty funny.
Dude, I bet honestly, if you rated superhero like modern comic hero movies that way, they'd have a bigger kill counts than like by exponential factor than like Jason Voorhees, Freddy Krueger. There'd be no comparison. Like Captain America, Iron Man, they've killed so many people.
Oh yeah. Stat Zero, Die Hard 3 is the greatest theatrical Batman story. I'll stand by that. I mean, that is a detective story through and through, is it not? Die Hard with a Vengeance.
So I didn't see this. They added stuff to Long Halloween to make it more mature. Insert awkwardly placed forwards. Okay, yeah, I can see that happening. Okay, all right. Well, hey, so our next movie is Doctor Strange and the what's it called?
Multiverse of Madness.
Of Madness.
Is there a trailer out for this? Is there a trailer out for this?
There is. I loved Doctor Strange. It's probably my favorite current Marvel. Blade is my favorite Marvel movie, but and Blade 2. But Doctor Strange of all the current Marvel stuff is my favorite. And so if this is good, I'm going to be really stoked. I don't think it's going to be, but I haven't seen the trailer. So we'll go ahead and share that screen. Freaking Discord, man. It gums up my bottom of my screen, and then I go to share, and I can't see it because there's like a whole bar. Anyway, share.
Stat Zero. I gotta agree with you. It's the perfect Riddler story. And Sam Jackson is the perfect Robin to Bruce Willis's Batman.
Dillard says Batman became better than Supes when he became crazy violent. Producers and directors need to learn to read a room. I can't tell when he's being sarcastic or not. I agree. If he's being sarcastic, I agree with sarcastic Dillard more than I do actual Dillard. Because I agree with everything he said so far. All right, whatever. Let's keep going. Doctor Strange, here we go. I gotta push play.
This doesn't make any sense.
When did this come out? I didn't even know
I've
this
been
was
away
out.
for many months now, and I've had a revelation.
I haven't heard anything about this.
The true purpose of a sorcerer is to twist things out of their proper shape.
Oh, he was in the first one.
Stealing power.
Mm-hmm.
Benjamin Bratt.
Perverting nature.
Yeah.
I see at long last what's wrong with the world. Too many sorcerers.
I'm starting to believe that everything is meaningless.
Learning of an infinite multiverse includes learning of infinite dangers. But if I told you everything else that you don't already know, you'd run from here in terror.
Is this a fan-made trailer?
I don't know.
You still think there will be no
I
consequences?
don't think any of these clips are new.
No price to pay.
I don't know. That looks somewhat new.
We broke our rules just like her.
She's dead.
I reckon.
That's from the first movie.
That's
from...
Yeah, this is fan made.
This is fan made.
Gosh darn it.
Oh
yeah, it came out in February 6 months ago. We would have gotten
that's hilarious. I was like,
I'm
I didn't
so sorry.
That's okay. That's all right.
It's got over 2 million views. So wait, that's a wait. Is that teaser?
It says Disney Plus. Is there? If there's a Disney one, then we'll be good. Teaser by Marvel. So this is screen culture
yeah, it says
too.
Concept. Okay.
Ah,
my bad. My bad.
That's
I
hilarious.
was fooled.
That's hilarious.
Wait, this. Hold on. What's this one?
That one's definitely not real.
Need clean dishes.
May
Teaser
2021?
Pro. Teaser Pro.
Teaser
It was good enough. Mutt says it was good enough to get y'all for 2 minutes. I mean, I was like, this seems kind of like maybe.
IMDb?
I bet it's not. There's nothing out yet.
Okay. All right. Well, hey, that was my bad. Regardless of the fan-made trailer, what do you guys think about another Doctor Strange movie? You talk for a second. I gotta go to the bathroom, but I can still hear you.
I think I'm in for another Doctor Strange movie. The first one was cool. I need to rewatch it. I haven't watched it in a while. I mean, I probably have only watched it through once, so I should probably do that again. But yeah, I mean, I think I'd be in for it. I'm excited to see where the multiverse goes. I think it could be kind of cool. I know we're probably getting like different Peter Parkers and stuff for Spider-Man because of this, but it would be cool to kind of see some other alternate realities. And I guess the What If is kind of in that same vein. We should talk about that too. If anybody watched that.
Which one was it?
Did you watch the What If, the first episode of What If?
No, I turned it on and I walked out of the room pretty quick. I wasn't paying attention. It was the Captain America, like
Captain Carter.
The first clip, like my daughter, my 2-year-old, kind of like runs out, and I was like, "All right, we'll put on something for you." So,
yeah. Anyway, we can talk about that later. But what do you think about Doctor Strange?
The first one was great, and he was really good in the Infinity Gauntlet movies or whatever they were called. Endgame. Thank you. Yeah. He was good in those. I mean, I don't even know who the other cast members are going to be in this one. So
yeah. I don't know. All we've been given so far is that like title card. So I guess we'll see. But I'm always down. I don't know. Maybe I am getting a little tired of superhero movies at this point. I don't want to say that. I think I'm still excited to see them, but every single one of them. Oh, look at Cal's legs. Every single one of them. I want to go into all these superhero movies with just like hoping that like I have to like get in the mindset. I'm going into it and like I just want to be entertained. I can't like put any of my any of my like feelings into it, or I'm gonna probably be disappointed. Like because like Captain America, I have very strong feelings about that character, and every time I watch new Captain America stuff, it just kind of like makes me sad. So I kind of have to go into them like, I'm excited for the movie for what it is, not because it's this, not because I was waiting my whole childhood to see these characters on screen. So
yeah, right. Yeah.
I'm more excited for Cry Macho, I think. I don't know what that means. It's got to be a dig at me stat.
Where my yawners at?
One thing I know
Right
about the Doctor Strange is that like my wife and I watched the first season of WandaVision, and we didn't hate it. We actually enjoyed it watching it together. I know a lot of people didn't like it, but we enjoyed it. I think a lot of people were expecting it to be more of a superhero show. Like not to like cast a wide net or paint with a broad brush on the entire viewing audience in the world, but they're pretty stupid, and all of them, every single one of them. And they like go and watch Avengers, and they expect when there's a show with Avengers in it that it's going to be just like action from wall to wall.
Yeah.
And I didn't expect that. I watched the trailers and I thought, okay, this is going to be a slow burn thing where it starts out with kind of this mystery of why are they on like an old fashioned TV show. And then we're going to be slowly drip fed explanations until like a big reveal. That was my thought. And that's exactly what happened.
I mean, I thought it was pretty good overall. I kind of liked the journey through the different, eras of soap opera that she went through. I thought it was kind of unique and cool.
Yeah, I liked it, and I like the actress who plays the witch lady. She was in Parks and Rec, and she was really funny.
And
she was great because she was funny the whole like over the top corny, that was the role, and then became this like actual like
real sinister.
Yeah, no, I liked it.
Yeah, I liked that. I kind of was thrown off by her because I thought she was just part of the show at first. Or not part of the show, but like another one of the characters that Wanda was like manipulating, and then you find out she wasn't even manipulating them at all. It was her the whole time, like the witch the whole time or whatever. But yeah, anyway, it was a good show.
Yeah, you know what's funny is I read some theories like early on, and they indicated that she might be the exact character she ended up being.
Yeah.
And so I kind of thought she was, but then they did a pretty good job of throwing me off the trail. Like when Vision goes to talk to her, like in the car at one point.
Yep.
And then she's like shaking like everybody else. And I'm like, maybe she's not. Maybe she's not a person.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, that was a good job. Rusty says he's watching Parks and Rec now up to season 4. Dude,
it's the best. It's the best.
That movie that show was in the Goldilocks zone right before everything became
it is so good. It is one of the best shows. Like bar none, one of the best shows. That it will go down in history as one of the best shows. That The Office, kind of same vein of comedy, and it was so good.
One of the best endings a TV show has ever had. One of the most deliberate and well thought out endings, where they didn't try and milk every single possible season they could out of it. They just said, no, we're going to end here, and they did it right, and it was really good. So Rusty, you got a fun ride ahead of you. Not that many more seasons. Was it 5 seasons? I think, or maybe 6. But
keep you on it.
Show. Yeah, it's okay. Great show.
I keep turning my camera off for that.
Imagine a show. Imagine a show right now that was centered around government that where the main character was a liberal Democrat feminist that didn't just make you vomit every single second of the show.
Right. Yeah.
And that's what that show was, but it didn't matter. It didn't put politics front and center. Like partisan politics. It was like just a good-natured, funny show.
Yeah.
They don't make those anymore.
A funny thing real quick is I have a buddy who actually works in Parks and Recreation in the area that we live in. And he said the thing about the libraries is absolutely true. They get everything. They get all the money. Yeah. He's like the library, he's like, everybody hates the libraries. They get all the funding. He said it's just hilarious. Like that. Yeah.
Hey, Skip, have you been to the library in like on North Cave Creek?
No. I used to go to the downtown Phoenix one though, the Burton Bar library.
Okay.
It's like a 7 or 8 story one. It's awesome.
Oh wow. Okay, no, I haven't been there. I took my wife over to the one, and it's a smaller one here on North Cave Creek, but it's in like an affluent area, so it's really nice and fancy. Apparently, I didn't go in because I thought they were going to make me wear a mask. And my wife went in. She wore a mask. She took it off instantly because there was like no one in there. But she said it's really like beautiful and interesting, and just kind of like one of those libraries you can kind of walk around and look at stuff. Anyway, no one really cares about this, so I guess I'll move on.
Let's move on.
I like libraries, Cal. We can talk about it.
All right. Cool.
Dan, you just keep yawning. No, the one in
Dude.
downtown Phoenix has
Yawning.
It has 2 aisles of graphic novels, and then it has we started going there because I live so far out. I was on a year-long waiting list for satellite-fed internet.
Oh my gosh!
Wow!
Like, there's no hardline internet in this area, so all they have is satellite-fed, and the beam was full. So I had to wait for people to move or them to expand. So, because I live out where Bill Gates bought a ton of land to do that cyber city.
Oh.
And so, yeah, it's called Tonopah. So I live out here, and yeah, so we had no internet, and I'm like, what are we going to watch? We have the teenager. Like, what's he going to watch? So we would go to the library, and each of us would get like 10 DVDs and just like kind of circulate for every 2 weeks.
Wow.
But, yeah,
dude,
good stuff.
You're out there, man.
Yeah. It's kind of neat because it's so rural, but it's weird too. Like, if you want anything like other than chain restaurant, like there's nothing out here.
Wow.
Really?
Dude,
like Chinese food's an hour away.
Oh man. So where are you? Are you in, is it Nevada?
No, Arizona.
Oh, he's here.
Oh, Arizona.
What are you, like an hour west of me probably? Or
yeah.
Oh, no, you said you're 30 minutes west of Buckeye.
Yeah.
So so you're actually more towards California. Obviously
no,
not
it's still
close
5 hours.
to
San Diego. So yeah.
You're west. You're west of the city, huh?
Yeah, far west.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So I've been to Phoenix, and I know this is not interesting to anybody else, but I camped out in Fountain Hills. I think there's
Beautiful.
like there's a bunch of McDowell Mountain Regional Park. I camped out there, and then I rode mountain bikes through Black Canyon, and I went to Black Canyon City, and then we drove all the way up to what is it? Sedona. Sedona?
Yeah, Sedona. Sedona's amazing, beautiful.
Yeah.
You definitely got to, if you're going to come and do any kind of hiking or camping, you got to check out Superstition, though. I mean, man, what a beautiful, weird, and reportedly supernatural area that is.
So we were doing we were just mountain biking, so we came to do crazy mountain biking stuff. So Sedona is the mecca place for mountain biking.
Sedona is funny because they don't have a nightlife. Like Sedona literally closes.
Oh, it closes.
It
totally,
shuts down.
Totally shuts down. Absolutely. It was real strange, but man, that place is beautiful. It's crazy. We went and stood in some vortexes. You guys ever go stand in vortexes?
Yeah. No, I never stood in one. My wife and I went she had like a work thing, and I'm like, honey, we got to check out I guess the proper pronunciation is vortices. And because we were there and people were talking about them, but we went to like a Mexican restaurant and stuff, and like Tex-Mex, is it Tex? No, Sonoran Mexican food. But we didn't get to do anything at night because there wasn't anything to do at night.
So we were camping, so it didn't matter.
Diller Draws is saying, I did a bunch of peyote in Gila Bend. It was okay. There's no way that's true. Gila Bend is like the worst place I've ever been. Like,
but not when you're on peyote.
So if you go to Gila Bend, it's a small town if you get on the 8 freeway to go to San Diego. And I'm fairly close to it. But we drove through, and one of my coworkers' dad lived there, and he like called the where I work, and he's like, "Hey, I can't get a hold of Andrew. Can you just let him know my motel burned down?" So,
oh my gosh!
And I'm like, "Huh." And then like we're taking a family trip in like end of June to the beach, and we drive through, and I'm like, "Oh, babe, keep an eye out for a motel that burned down." Like I know. There was like 6 different motels burnt to the ground. And
oh
like,
my gosh, is an asshole on a speed trap.
That's it. Like I know Gila Bend only because I've driven through it so many times.
That's funny.
Yeah,
it's just like a tiny little
5-mile speed trap. Like he probably has been there. I believe it now. It's a shithole in a speed trap. Like he nailed it. So I believe him now.
All right. Well, we went from Doctor Strange to a shithole in a speed S-hole in a speed trap.
So I feel bad for Dillard now. Like he's Canadian, and like his idea of America is going to be Gila Bend, Arizona.
He's a truck driver, man. He's a truck driver. He's seen it all, dude. You got that guy. There's no. You don't have to worry about him. He's seen some stuff.
All right.
Okay, so the next movie is Thor: Love and Thunder.
Love and Thunder. There's no trailer for this either.
I don't believe this one either.
No.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah, guaranteed this is not a trailer for
all right.
Canadian. I think he just does a Canadian show, a Canadian themed book. I don't actually think he's Canadian.
Was everyone just going along with it on a stream, and that's how I picked it up?
Probably.
I look for the word concept when I'm looking
but
at trailers.
his buddy and our buddy too, Rick Piper, is very Canadian. Super duper Canadian. So
okay,
maybe I don't know.
We're gonna skip Love and Thunder because there's no trailer.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
I need
and
to
then
look for the concept. Whenever it says concept, I need to look for that. I did not know that.
Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. I don't think there's a trailer for that either. Actually, I don't think there's a trailer for any of the rest of these.
The last 3, I'm saying sad for all 3 of the last ones.
The thing is I want Love and Thunder to be good because like Ragnarok was pretty awesome.
Taika Waititi's directing again. It should be all right.
He is, but that's he is, but a Mexican American from Los Angeles living in Riverside, California. He's as American as it gets.
How did I get Canadian? That's crazy.
He's doing the Buckler, who is like a Canadian character, I believe. And like I said, he's buddies with Rick, right? Dillard, correct me if I'm wrong. He's buddies with Rick, who is very, very Canadian man. The only new trailer for Marvel is the Eternals and Shang-Chi. Yeah, we watched it. We got those last week.
From Los Angeles.
I'm turning off my camera in shame. I don't know how I got that. I'm sorry,
That's
Dillard.
a great combination of things, though. Mexican American from Los Angeles living in Riverside.
My kids are all of those things. I have little Dillards.
Little Dillards.
Okay, so thankfully I do have one. I have one more non-concept trailer for you guys. This is Black Adam. Black Adam has an actual trailer. This is on DC's YouTube channel. So if it's concept, that's on them.
Let's watch
it. And that's okay. When Muttman, this is his idea, and I love this concept for a segment. But his list, like, I think his idea was, hey, we just talked about it based on the poster or whatever we know. And then in my mind, I was like, well, we should watch trailers. And so I've transferred that to his whole list. Like, oh, there's got to be trailers for all this stuff, and there's not trailers for all this stuff. So my bad. But here we go with Black Adam, and I'm actually semi-hopeful, a little bit, but I don't know. We'll see.
5,000 years ago, Kahndaq was
it's The Rock.
Cultures, wealth, power, and magic. Yet most of us had nothing.
Yeah.
Except chains around our necks.
Is that God of War?
Kahndaq needed a hero.
That's kind of cool.
They got me. I did what needed to be done, and they imprisoned me for it.
Is it all animated?
5,000 years later, I'm free. And I give you my word. No one will ever stop me again.
That's a true teaser.
Yeah.
Yeah. He said this is fake. I don't think it is.
No, it's not. That's legit.
The thing that drives me crazy is The Rock talks the exact same way in everything,
Yeah.
like literally everything he does. So in all the Fast and Furious movies, he talks the same. All the just in anything he does, it's all the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's on DC's YouTube, but it's definitely
Scorpion King 38.
It's a teaser for sure because it definitely wasn't a trailer. I mean, we know nothing about the movie from that trailer.
Yeah,
we already know Black Adam's origin.
You guys keep talking. I'll be right back.
All right. Yeah, we already know Black Adam's origin. We know he's from like ancient times, and that he was the first one to get that, the Shazam power.
Is Shazam gonna be in it, or is it just his origin story? Like, I don't really know a lot about that one.
I don't know for sure. I've heard that Shazam, that Captain Marvel, Zachary Levi is not going to be in it. What I heard was that like he was going to go up against Superman before he did Captain Marvel. But
Rusty Dea says The Rock playing a character. That's about right. That's his range.
That's what Keanu Reeves was for the longest time, and now he just kind of accept like, well, now he's a hitman. Like.
You know what though? Like he's been in like two of the biggest action movie franchises ever, and no one complains about him in The Matrix or John Wick. Like, everyone's just fine with it. It's like, all right, yeah.
I'm getting sick of The Rock though. Like I love The Rock. In the early days, like Walking Tall, The Rundown, great movies. Like just fun actiony movies, but. I don't know. I'm just kind of sick of The Rock right now. I don't know why.
I don't know. His imitation of Danny DeVito in the Jumanji movie was fantastic. Where he's like, are we in Florida? Like he was trying to talk like Danny DeVito.
I didn't see that.
It was so bad. It was good. Like he was trying to be an annoying pest like Danny DeVito pulls off, like Uncle Frank, It was great.
Yeah. Dillard says, I feel like this whole Black Adam debacle is part of Breaking Rad's disinformation campaign. We have no such campaign. I know nothing of this campaign. No Shazam and Black Adam. Shazam gets a second movie, then they cross over in the next installment. Okay.
Well, that should be good then.
I trust Statistical Zero because he is right like 98% of the time. So
that's better than most.
And this is true. Keanu works his butt off. I've watched him on those like shooting ranges and stuff, like training for the John Wick movies. That guy, he puts in the work. He talks like a surfer no matter what he's doing, but I don't think anyone cares anymore.
I was listening to any pop culture news I get from Robservations, the Rob Liefeld podcast.
Oh,
but he was talking about he thinks the next thing in comics is comic books are going to hit the million sales numbers again next year because they're running a scam where. So everyone's heard about it, especially around Comicsgate. Everybody talks about it, but the inflated numbers for the comic book industry. Right. So with the Berserk book, Keanu Reeves, they did a 9.8 CGC signature series for 1 out of 10,000 comics ordered. So if you were a shop and you ordered, 10,000 comics, you got 10 of these signed CGC witness slabs. So think what happens next time like Deadpool 3 comes out or X-Force comes out. Like Ryan Reynolds signs that. They like how many dealer exclusives are there going to be where they just like pump up those sales numbers? Because Rob Liefeld was talking about it, I was like, so these guys, the way they're doing it is they're charging you $750 for that signed book plus a $250 handling fee. So they'll make their $10,000 on a pre-sale, and then they're just going to throw away all of the other copies of the book, or just wait a couple months and throw them in the dollar bin. But the next one to hit, and the whole reason he brought it up was King Spawn is the next big launch to come out. And they're doing one-off variants on that, where it's like a 1 in 250, 1 in 500, 1 in 1,000. But they're doing CGC graded on that also now.
Huh? That's just strange.
Yeah, but if you think about it, like they want to beat the 1992 Image sales, right? Like or the Jim Lee X-Men #1 sales. So they're finding ways to cheat the system to do it now. Like a comic shop's not even allowed to sell a book for more than the cover price the first day, right? But they're getting pre-orders on it and they're selling it for $1,000 now. It's crazy.
That's crazy.
Wow.
So what was the consensus? Sorry, I was gonna say, what was the consensus? Black Adam, sad.
We haven't been rating these at all. We've just been like, hey,
they're all sad except Batman. Batman's the best movie.
Yeah, Batman looks okay.
Yeah, we didn't have many actual trailers tonight, so
that's okay.
I'm gonna say Batman. I'm gonna give it a hopeful rad. I think.
Yeah.
Like I said, that trailer changed my mind pretty quick. I mean, you can't argue with Batman beating the tar out of somebody ruthlessly like that. It's
looks good.
Stuff. What is Mutt talking? What?
It's called Rob.
Potty mouth.
It's called Rob. The podcast is called Robservations. I think he's dad spelling again.
Yeah, he's dad spelling.
Okay, Macho, are you ready? Are you ready to spoil the Suicide Squad for everybody? Are you ready?
I think I could probably spoil the Suicide Squad. If you haven't watched the Suicide Squad by James Gunn that just came out, and if you don't want to be spoiled, then take off now. I'm going to spoil it for you, and I'm going to talk about the things I didn't like. Skip, have you seen it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And Cal, have you seen it, or do you care?
I have not seen it, but I do want to quickly caveat before you start talking. Have you guys heard the James Gunn stuff going on right now?
There's something he got in trouble about a party he had.
Yeah, he hosted a pedo themed party, and you might go, oh, he's just a crazy Hollywood weirdo, and they think it's funny. But the guy who his good friend. Who has actually been convicted of that stuff was he was like a big part of that whole thing, that whole scene, and the party and everything. And so I don't know if he's the guy who named him or what, but now all these photographs are out where I mean,
really?
these grown like the party, you had to come either dressed as a creep, a playground dweller, a grown-up playground dweller,
really,
or
wow,
or as the object of affection of a playground dweller.
And this is 2 years after getting canceled for making a pedo joke on Twitter.
Yeah, I mean, those pedo jokes were already over 10 years old.
Yeah, but that's what it was about.
Was the party recent, or was this an old party he did?
Now, Mutt says he was a pedo sympathizer. It was an older party. It's the pictures were from an older party, and James Gunn, his comments are like, "Hey, I've matured as a person." There's no turn of attitude in him. It's just like, I'm a better person now. That to me is a red flag. Like when you say you're a better person, but you don't apologize for anything that happened in your past, and I just he calls him, he just says he was a provocateur and he liked to push boundaries. That's fine. Like, okay, a lot of people in Hollywood are that, but your friends also have a bearing on that. And if you hang out with people who actually are that, and then you're making fun of that, you don't hang out with a pedo and then make pedo jokes because you actually know the reality of a pedophile. How gross and awful and horrific it is.
Yeah.
And so
terrible.
I'm not going to incriminate somebody before the law does, but I definitely don't. I don't have high hopes that he's going to be exonerated. I really feel like it's going to be the end of James Gunn. But who knows? There's another Hollywood celebrity who's been named in another lawsuit because of this stuff. I mean, are we surprised? Like, this stuff it's like pandemic in Hollywood. Like, it's just all over the place. Yeah. So anyway, I know we're talking about Suicide Squad, but I feel like the James Gunn thing is like hot button right now, so we might as well mention it.
Yeah, I didn't see that trending.
Yeah. So all right. Well, after that, going to party has he themed it? Yeah. So while you guys are thinking about James Gunn, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna spoil Suicide Squad. So this is my no holds barred take. Sorry, Cal, if you want to watch the movie.
No, I don't. I'm not even.
So
on my radar.
It was typical James Gunn. Like, I'm gonna say this: the cinematography was beautiful. Like, there were some really great scenes. The switch over, like when in a lot of the Marvel movies, they'll do like big titles across the screen as to where you are, where they're gonna be. This he kind of did. It was kind of like it was kind of like little books in the movie, and you like got a title for the book, and then you got to experience that little section. And so it was really cool how he did that, and every single one was like different materials or parts of the scenery were used in laying out like the little, that little section you're gonna that little bite you're gonna have. So it was kind of cool. So I will say that I loved it. The special effects were good. The characters, I think, were probably better than the first Suicide Squad. However, if I'm putting them side by side, I probably enjoyed the first one a little bit more, even though a lot of people say it's a bad movie. So the Suicide Squad starts off like, it does not babysit you. It puts you right into what's going on, and it's just what you think. It is I forget her name. What's the character that she's kind of like calling the shots? Skip, you help me out here. What's Amanda Waller? Yeah, so Amanda Waller, she's in prison. She goes to meet with Savant, who is played by James Gunn's buddy with the long hair. He's Earl in Walking Dead. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
The dad on Mallrats.
He's the guy. He's Yondu, Michael Rooker. So
Michael Rooker, yes.
He plays Savant, and you meet him, and then Savant is brought to the Suicide Squad, and they go through the whole thing like, we put a bomb in your brain. We're gonna blow it up if you don't pay attention. And Savant looks like just like a bad mofo, like he's like messed up and deranged and stuff. And he meets Javelin and Weasel and a couple of other different characters that for the movie. He meets the TKO or TKD or whatever. I can't remember his name which is Nathan Fillion. And they go on their mission, and you're like, oh man, this is going to start off with a bang. And they get to they go to this island. They get to the island, and they jump out of the plane, and you get one of your first gags. Weasel is kind of like a gag throughout the entire beginning. And when he jumps out of the plane, you learn he can't swim because they jump into the ocean, and he dies immediately. And I was kind of bummed about that. I wanted to see some more Weasel, even though he's like a terrible, disgusting mutant, like child killer.
So with Weasel, though, it shows him later on in the movie in the cell when they. Or was that a flashback? Or
no? I think because in the very last, like I'll spoil the ending of the movie. Like the last scene was like Weasel coughs up a bunch of water and gets up and wanders into the forest. So he doesn't die. So you guys might get to see Weasel again. Right. So there you go. But anyway, oh geez, you didn't stay after the credits.
He did.
Yeah. So Weasel is not dead. He is very much alive. Anyway, Weasel dies, and then we find out Blackguard's trying to like sell out the Suicide Squad to this army that's on this beach. This is all you know. he walks up, get his face blown off immediately. And then every single one of the characters that was in that initial like Suicide Squad team die immediately. They all die. Savant's head gets exploded. Javelin gets shot up. Nathan Fillion's character is arm fall off boy, and he like his arms pop off and they come up and he's like slapping the military, and they shoot his arms up and he dies. The only two people that survive are Harley Quinn and what's his name? Rick Flag. They're the only two survivors out of that initial team up. And we learn at that point that there's another team, and it consists of Bloodsport, King Shark, Ratcatcher 2. Who else is in that? There's somebody else.
What was John Cena's name in it?
John Cena, yeah, the Peacemaker.
Peacemaker, yeah.
Peacemaker. We found out some stuff about them. They're a secondary team to take out this target. The Suicide Squad then goes into the jungle, and they learn a couple things in the jungle. First of all, there's people out to get them, but there's also rebels on this island. So basically what they're after is, and the movie jumps around timeline-wise too, so what I'm saying probably doesn't make sense, but the movie doesn't make sense, in my opinion, in some ways.
That's a great comment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so anyway, so it's kind of jumping around. We find out that there's rebels on the island, and they are they capture Flag and Harley, or they capture Flag. Harley Quinn is captured by the enemy. Well, Bloodsport and his team are going to get Flag back because he thinks they're with the bad guys. They walk through a village, and this scene actually kind of I think was a little bit gratuitous and over the top. It was pretty funny at first, but then when you find out what happens later, it's I kind of felt gross about it. So these basically Bloodsport and John Cena's character walk through this village, and it's all these people are like walking around or waking up or whatever, and it's members they think of this like military, and they're like taking turns to like outdo each other by killing these people, and they end up getting to the place where they find where Rick Flag is, and they go to save him, and they find out these are all the people on the
like the Rebel Alliance.
The Rebel Alliance, yeah, trying to stop the evil people on the island, and he killed like they killed tons of people, like all these people with families and stuff. It was pretty messed up actually, and they're like, oh, whoops. Our bad.
We didn't see any people. They're all already dead.
Yeah, there's a lot of dead people out there. Anyway, it's pretty messed up. That was the first thing that kind of got me. Also, this movie is pretty anti-American in a bunch of ways, even though Peacemaker is like kind of like he's kind of like a messed up Captain America in a lot of the sense. But they kind of, there's a lot of like anti-American, I feel like, subtext in this movie. So we get to this Rebel Alliance, and they find Rick Flag, and now they're going to go into the city, and what they're looking for is something called, it was Project something, it doesn't matter. They're looking for this big tower that some messed up scientist, the Thinker, has created on this island. It was kind of his like asylum, and he's doing something bad, evil in there. Anyway, they go to find out what's going on, and kill a bunch of people along the way. It's kind of a contrived way to get there. They have to save Harley Quinn at some point. Harley Quinn does a bunch of killing, and they get to the place where the big bad battle happens, and they find out it's Starro, which is just basically a giant starfish with an eyeball from space. I mean, I see why James Gunn did it. It was probably like, this will be funny. We'll make a giant like Godzilla starfish, but I don't know. It just wasn't a good. I mean, it was unique. I'll give it that. I just wasn't super entertained. So anyway, these guys stop Starro in like the lamest way possible by Ratcatcher 2 calling all the rats. I just wanted to see more. I wanted to see more from Polka Dot Man. Oh, Polka Dot Man's in this movie. Why didn't I talk about that guy?
Because he was terrible.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to see more Polka Dot Man. I thought he could be better, but he ended up just being like sad and depressing. I think eventually the team stops Starro. Everybody they win, and they get the better of Amanda Waller. Like that's kind of ultimately what you're looking at for this movie. I'm not doing a great job of spoiling it. I should have had better notes, but really the thing I'm going to say is I liked King Shark. I thought he was kind of funny. Sylvester Stallone did the voice. And it's kind of because he was like a comedic foil for everybody. He tries to eat Ratcatcher 2 at some point. It was pretty good. I didn't like Peacemaker at all. And I didn't like the anti-American kind of subtext in the movie. I don't know if you caught that, Skip, but I kind of got some of that. Because it was America's fault that this happened ultimately is what they kind of came to the conclusion that America did this. Like America got the starfish and they're the ones that put it on this island, this like poor island. And they're the ones that like subject it to all this. So I kind of didn't like that. Stat Zero, King Shark never really got a shining moment. He didn't. He kind of was just he was used, but he wasn't using. I think he could have been used better. Anyway, let's see. Ratcatcher 2 was a good character. I wanted to see. I would have liked to see her used in a little bit of a different way too. I don't think she should have been the one to kind of ultimately make the just like give the final blow to Starro. Yeah.
It had its fun parts. It was an okay movie. I mean, it wasn't. I didn't go in with the expectations because I didn't know who any of the characters were. So it was a lot of like really unrecognizable people in it. So
yeah, there's a lot of unrecognized people. Bloodsport has a his mask was so like our Mutt-and-I's character Hero that it was like uncomfortable, and sometimes I was like, that's crazy. Except like he has like you can see his, and it was like a mask, but you could see like kind of like a skeleton like from his nose down, and it just looked so much like Hero. It bothered me.
That's
I was
cool.
like, man, James Gunn's seeing my stuff.
I thought he was going to be. Did you guys ever see the Assault on Arkham animated movie? I thought he was Black Spider until they named him.
Nah, I never saw that. I mean, his technology was cool, but I thought it didn't look. I mean, it was cool in theory, but I didn't like how it like he just like slapped it on, and it didn't do anything. It was just like pop, pop, and like his stuff like popped together. Like it was so basically, Bloodsport's. He has this suit and he has all these pieces that he can like use to make other guns and stuff. And it wasn't done in a cool way. It was just like, I thought it was kind of bad animation or like lazy CGI.
Look at Stat Zero's comment. I don't know if you agree with this, Mutt, or Macho Dan. They actually ripped off the Thor Ragnarok Hulk scene. Instead of big monster, the line was, "That's num num."
Yeah. Yep. I think so. Yeah, he was like, King Shark, that's nom nom.
Yeah.
Right.
It was kind of weird though that this is a major spoiler. Taika Waititi makes a cameo in it. Yeah. And it was kind of weird that he's in a DC film while he's directing a Marvel one. Like, how do you get away with that one? And it wasn't like it could have been anybody that played the character, you know. It didn't have any purpose. It wasn't really something with more than 2 lines, and just the one scene. So it was just odd.
Yeah. Stat Zero, right again. Yeah, Bloodsport was pretty much Deadshot with a DLC skin. That was kind of how it felt. I liked Bloodsport's skin, bet we'll call it that, or I liked his costume better. I thought it was cool. But I mean, I grew up in the 90s. I love Will Smith. Will Smith is my man. So, I mean, that other Suicide Squad, talking about that, it was like some people hate on that movie, but I don't think it was all that bad. I actually like the what's the name of the dude in that with the that has the the firepower. Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
Mm.
In that
One more
Suicide
time?
Squad? In Suicide Squad, he has like the skull tattoo, and he has the firepower.
Was it? It wasn't Pyro. It was
No,
Inferno.
Inferno, maybe. Yeah. Anyway, like I thought that character was great, and I think they could have done that movie better, but ultimately I didn't think it was that bad. Like Captain Boomerang is a dork in both movies. Oh yeah, Captain Boomerang is in this one and dies immediately.
I completely forgot he was in it. He died so early.
I couldn't even remember until just now. Diablo, that's what it is, Stat Zero. Yeah. So Diablo was kind of cool in that movie. I liked that he was the one that kind of fought the other Aztec god and like burn him down. Anyway, yeah, Captain Boomerang dies. Javelin is terrible, and Harley Quinn falls in love with him immediately and carries this javelin around for no reason throughout the movie. What else? We don't get any Joker. Nothing about the Joker, which is good.
That's okay.
Yeah,
the whole movie's pretty forgettable, and like the big bad being a starfish was just, it was terrible.
You know, that bums me out. I was gonna say real quick, that bums me out too, because I've always thought Starro was a super stupid idea, but could be like in modern times could be like redeemed by giving it like a Lovecraftian kind of a twist, because that's the whole, like, Lovecraft it's not the cosmic horrors in Lovecraft aren't necessarily supernatural. They're super science. They're like, you know, they're alien entities that are so beyond our comprehension that we can't quite comprehend.
So I
thought Starro could be that.
Yeah, I might not have given you enough about Starro. Like I think I didn't. So Stat says he loves some Starro. So I wasn't crazy about him. So and his thing was in this movie, I didn't give you this before, but thinking about it, I'm like remembering stuff. Starro kind of like opened his armpit up. I don't know what it was. It's like right under here. His armpit would like open up and little Starros would come out and they'd flop down and they'd like latch onto people's faces. And then they'd make them into kind of like Starro zombies. And they would use like the brain power of everybody as kind of like a collective consciousness for the big Starro. So it was a little weird and Lovecraftian. That part was kind of cool. The part, like some things in this movie kind of like disturbed me a little bit, and one of the scenes that messed me up is they showed the family that was kind of like the royal family of this island or whatever, and they showed them getting hung. Like it was like three little kids like hanging from a gallows with their parents, and it was real messed up. And then another thing that disturbed me was this scene. It was kind of, and I'm not a big horror guy, I've said that before, but there's a scene where this guy was doing experiments on these Starro kind of infected people, and the one that messed me up was they had a guy that was basically disemboweled that was still alive. The Starro was, you know, keeping him alive, and then like a guy like his arms were all cut off and stuff, and then one where they had peeled the Starro off of his face, but these like little tendrils were still going into his face, like controlling him, and it was really gross and messed up, and it was just like it was like a little bit too much for me. I just didn't. I wasn't digging it. It was real gross. It was very gross. So some of you guys might have liked it. It was just not for me. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was all in all, like I said, I think I gave it like a 5 out of 10. I just wasn't into it. Like some people really loved it, but I think it actually wasn't getting all that fantastic reviews, you know, across the board. I was looking to see what's the Rotten Tomatoes.
It's all
not
been
that
really
means anything.
Everything I've seen was really mixed reviews. Like
yeah.
But nothing, no fence sitting. Like you either hated it or you loved it. I really wasn't a fan.
Yeah.
Like I went into it thinking like maybe this will be like Guardians of the Galaxy when you go in and you don't know anything about the people, so you can just sit back and have fun. You're not complaining if they got the characters right, you know.
Right.
But this one was just like, I don't care. Like
It got
some cool stuff, but
91% for the critics' consensus tomato meter. Audience
No
score
way.
gave it 83%, which I think it might be like inflated a little bit. It just like yeah, I've heard the same thing you're saying too, Skip. Like it was pretty yeah, it was a box office failure, exactly. It was a pretty it's pretty mixed overall. You either love it or you hate it. I have a coworker who watched it and he said he thought it was great. And he was surprised when I was like, I wasn't into it. Like I watched it. Like I don't feel like I'll probably ever need to watch it again.
Yeah.
It was just I just wasn't into it. I think it was I don't want to say it was like it wasn't predictable. I won't say that, but there were some things I was like, oh, well, I know exactly what's going to happen right now. But James Gunn, like he had a lot of magic with Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2, fantastic movies. And I just don't think he captured the same magic with this. I think that PG-13 vibe Guardians of the Galaxy, he did great on. Oh, the music was great in this too. Although it was kind of it was like all over the place. Guardians of the Galaxy is in one vein. It was all over the place on this movie.
Unwaxed. I didn't know. I haven't heard about this, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Just not a movie I'd watch more than once. Yeah, right. Exactly, Rusty. It's the same way for me. It was something. Weasel. I want to see more Weasel. He made me laugh. And when they're in the helicopter at the beginning of the movie, and Weasel just kind of is oblivious to whatever anybody's talking about, and he's like hacking up hairballs and stuff. And it was cracking me up. Stat Zero, Venom got moved back to October because it did so bad. Yeah, it doesn't look good. It looks sad, man. Doesn't look good. Venom trying to eat the tire because he doesn't want him because Eddie Brock doesn't want him to eat, people.
So
just doesn't seem like Venom. Looks so stupid. Yeah, exactly.
So stupid.
But anyway. So yeah, that's me spoiling Suicide Squad. Next time I spoil a movie, I'll probably try and have some better notes. I just didn't have time to write anything.
Hey, you fulfilled the title. The title tonight is Suicide Squad, a haphazard, whatever.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, it was definitely haphazard.
Haphazard retrospective. That's what you gave us, and that's perfect. That's all we wanted from you.
Excellent.
Hey, I have an idea. We've got only like 4 minutes.
Yeah.
It'd be cool to talk about just really briefly each of us like what we've got going on creatively, and then we can because we have should not be Sasquatch on the roster. We're not gonna or on the lineup. We're not gonna get to that.
Yeah.
But we've got Skip on as a guest. Skip, I think we should start with him, and if he takes all the rest of the time, that's fine because people know
that's totally fine.
So Skip, what are you up to, man? Like creatively, we see your drawings on Twitter. What you got going on?
I'm working on my own book. Like I'm doing. I wrote it. I'm doing the pencils right now. It's called Tales of a Lakeside Town. It's kind of like a decompressed version of a superhero origin story where just through like sheer will you can gain superpowers just out of necessity. Kind of like that. You ever hear the old wives' tale like about the mom that picked up a car because her baby was trapped under it?
Yeah.
You hear things like that. So it's kind of like more real world based, but it's about a family that gets torn apart because of a night drunk driving. So while one of them's in prison over the manslaughter, he kind of realizes like out of necessity he can project himself back and try to change the outcome. So a little bit of alternating timelines, kind of like a small town feel.
That's really cool, man.
Yeah. I've been working on it for about 2 years. Yeah, it's pages for that, but it's weird because so this I know Shinobi's your first book other than like the fan one the fan script, right, Cal? Like Shinobi Sasquatch is that your first book?
Yeah, it's my first book that I wrote. It's the first script I wrote, and then Graveyard Shift Volume 2 prologue or whatever. I don't know what it was. That was my first published work. Yeah.
Yeah. So with this, it's like I wrote it and I polished the script where like I can omit dialogue if I need to or not. But like artistically, like when you're doing the artwork, it's like I came in with one idea that I really wanted to kind of water down the artwork and have it kind of cartoony style, so it would be easier for me to keep everything consistent, right?
Yeah, I gotcha.
And then so I did like 30 pages that way, and I was happy with it. And then my computer crashed about a month or so ago, and I lost everything, and it was going to be a little while till I got another computer, and so I just started doing traditional pencils again. And because I mean I've always wanted to draw comics. I used to do like the Mark Millar, he used to have millarworld.tv. He would have fan art contests and he would publish those people.
Yeah.
And then I became friends with Matt Hawkins from Top Cow because I'd submitted so many times to the Top Cow talent hunts. And like him and Ryan Cady at Top Cow, they like were friends at this point. Like we've talked so much about it because I would just have them review portfolios and stuff. And they're like, Skip, you've got it, and it's pissing me off at this point because like how do you not see the parts that you're doing wrong when everything else is this good? And like so that always kind of stuck with me. So I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna go like very animation from this point on, like a really simple style. Everyone will be recognizable. Like nothing has to have detail. And then I started screwing around. Sorry, something just flew in front of me. But then like my computer broke, so I didn't have like the shortcuts, like the perspective tool, all the brushes. So I just started like drawing again and with pencils and rendering stuff. And Michael Bancroft and a couple other people, I don't remember who it was, but they're like, this is way better. You shouldn't even be inking these like digitally. Like just don't. Oh, it was Shelby, but they're like, this is better. Why isn't your book going to be this? And I was like, well, it can be. I mean, it doesn't matter. I don't have a launch date. And then John Malin was actually on my show talking about it a few weeks back. And he was like, no, dude, like, take all the time you want because, like, the difference between, like, so, and Cal, you're really good proof about it. Like, not taking anything away from a creator that, like, their first book does around 10,000, but the artwork, like, if it's that upper tier, like you're pushing six figures. Like when that book's out, like you might hit six figures, like once people are actually have it in their hands and reviewing it, if you're still in demand. Like, I mean, Rob's that good of an artist. So John's like, dude, no, like screw that. Like, don't say you're going to do a book a year. Say you're going to do the best book ever. And then after that, you'll figure it out. But like, no, like slow down, like do this. Cause this is really freaking good,
Yeah.
So, but and like my friends, like when I started in this Comicsgate group, like the people I met, they both had launched their books to not to put anybody down, but to like really dismal to like even what I was expecting them to make. But when you pay an artist like a pro page rate, and you pay a colorist, you pay an inker, you pay a letterer, you pay for pre-press, and then you make $7,000, you're $20,000 in the hole. I mean, absolutely. So it's just like, and I'm doing all of it on my own. So I'm like, well, all I'm doing is spending my time at this point. Paper and pencils is cheap. I already have all of the software, the new computer. So I just kind of like took a step back. I was like, all right, I need to focus on YouTube and social media. Like that's the part that people really don't realize. Like, I think like if you didn't launch having won that the fan write-in competition, like you and Rob Arnold, I think got catapulted in front of everybody because of that. And you were smart enough to use that opportunity and say, hey, I do have a book coming out. I found an artist, like, check this out. And like you rode that wave, like just kind of like Vaughn won one too, didn't he? I think he was one that won.
We both won the same competition. Just
all right, and then Rob Arnold won a different one, I believe.
No, Rob, it's Willis, but he won. He didn't win anything. He just
Rob from the Replicator won something. That's what got.
No, I'm sorry, you're right. No, yeah, Rob. He was. Wait, I'm trying to.
I don't know about that, Rob.
Yeah, I thought he had won something, or
He might have. He might
maybe
have
it's
been
because
in
he had
that
already
competition.
fulfilled something. They had him do a write-in thing.
I'm
But
trying to remember who the artists were on that because there were 3 artists I had never heard of before. There
Yeah.
was forget about it. Keep going, man. I can't remember any names right now.
Well, are you talking about Aaron Alfecci? Is like 'cause that
No,
was the
I'm
artist.
trying to remember the artists on. Oh, Todd Mulrooney. And then dude, I cannot remember the name of my artist. He's my artist, but because I don't know his real name, he goes by his Twitter handle, and I can't stinking remember his name, his Twitter name. If I knew his real name, I'd remember that. But
Okay.
I don't remember his Twitter name. Render Contender. Render
There you go.
Contender. He did like a sci-fi type book after Graveyard Shift. Anyway, yeah. Sorry, keep going, man.
Oh yeah, but anyways, like the point was like, so yeah, I'm working on a book, but I don't really talk about it. Like and it's not because I'm not proud of it or anything like that. It's just you really have to be out in front of people to be successful. Like it doesn't like you could make the best book, but if nobody sees it, nobody buys it, right?
Right.
Dude, I've been saying that for ages. You could have the best art, the best story, everything. But if
I don't know
know
why
about it, they can't buy it.
I don't know why, but it took me 2 years to realize it. So I'll tell you something really, really stupid that I did. So 2 years ago, that Umbrella guy was doing a fan art contest. All right. And I'm in Comicsgate and everyone's crowdfunding books. And it's like, all right, this is the place to be. This is like, this is indie comics now. This is how you do indie comics. Like I'm gung ho, guns blazing, But I was doing a fan art contest. So I submitted something. Then Tug messaged me like about doing some work for him. And I'm like, oh no, thanks. I'm working on my own book. So like two years later, I got like 300 subscribers on my YouTube. So it's growing nice, right? But I'm like,
yeah,
this guy has 250,000 subscribers. I probably should have done that work for him.
Yeah, right. Hey, Stat Zero's got to get out of here. Stat, thanks so much, buddy. Appreciate you dropping in, man, as always, and thanks for participating.
If I could say something about Stat real quick, he does go on streams. I've talked him into it before. I had him on with Bancroft like a year or so ago.
Oh yeah,
he does pop in. Because he does those daily cartoon warm up sketch cards. So I got him on to talk about that one time. But
oh, cool.
Yeah,
we should have Stat on.
We always thought, like me and Bancroft always thought he was CG UK, but he's just friends with those guys and like
that's what Mark thought he was CG UK too.
Yeah, everybody does because he's always in Commie Mark's chat, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just thought it was funny because we found out you're not from England. Oh,
I even read his tweets with a British accent in my mind.
Yeah,
so I guess
I still do too. Like pinkies up and everything. Like
go
it's weird.
Fly. You all have a great night and rest well.
Yeah, but like it's crazy, man. Because like the more you start streaming and like getting like actually doing the networking and promoting other people and all of that, like you get into so much more trouble when you're trying to help other people out than you did when you were. It's so weird. Like it's crazy, man.
Yeah, dude, I kind of miss doing the stream circuit. Like back when I was on Ethan, and then when you go on Ethan, then like all the streams are okay having you. So
yeah,
I had fun doing that for a little while, and and I got sick of it really fast. But looking back on it, I have fun memories. I had fun memories of it. So.
Yeah, it's crazy now because like everyone's building their own thing, but they're all like there's a little bit of distance, but then there are the people that jump everywhere. Like you see Dillard everywhere, Phil Diaz.
Dillard, yeah, the Diaz boys, they're all over the place.
Yeah, and then Bancroft has always made an effort like to go, like if he's working, he always has somebody's stream on as long as he's aware that it's on. Yeah, and anyone like he jumped on with you guys because I sent him the link to watch it with me.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
And but
that was
like
great.
That was cool.
The cool thing about him is and he's kind of like would you consider him like in popularity like one of the upper tier guys now? Like
I mean he's definitely popular, like very popular guy. So I'd say he's getting up there for sure.
But like he's made an effort to go on everybody's stream that will have him.
Yeah.
Just to go on the stream. He doesn't talk about the Lucent unless you make him. Like, so there's a lot of people like that. Camel Moon's the same way too.
Yeah, he's those guys are all just great guys, easy to talk to. I kind of miss it a little bit too. Some nights I was like, I don't want to do another stream because, like, when you're doing any crowdfunding anything, you'll get a lot of offers too, which is great, like, and very cool. And we never, one of our rules was never say no to an offer. It doesn't matter how small the channel is, because like there's people who have really small channels that had us on, and then like some of their people bought big tier like buy-in things on our comic. So like every single one of those people were important to us as a backer. And it was very nice of people to even offer their stream. So we did a lot of those. And I think it's cool for people like Bancroft, who's like an upper tier guy, to just like hop on and be super cool with you, because like he didn't have to, you know, it's just like anything else. Like he didn't know you, doesn't know us really. So he didn't have to hang up. It was very cool of him to do. And we're hoping that we can get some of the, I hope we can have Bancroft and some others on too when we do our Royal Rumble to watch.
Need to get the best person to get on would either be Mark Polton or
Polton.
Him and Patrick Thomas Parnell are wrestling fanatics.
Yeah, I think Polton would do it. Oh yeah,
Edwin Aces Acevedo.
Yeah.
Oh right.
I think Polton would do it. He's been super cool for me. Like Polton's always been very supportive of anything I've put out, which is crazy because he's like incredibly successful guy. I found it funny because some of these people just like, they just want to see people do good. And Polton's been one of those people for me. He's been always very, very cool. So I hope to have him for sure. I think that'd be really good. And he's just funny, and he's very knowledgeable, like way more knowledgeable than me. And I love wrestling, but I'm really not as knowledgeable as people probably think I am. But
who do you guys think is going to win that Royal Rumble? Like,
so the thing is Mark has made them all statistically the same, so everyone has an equal chance of winning. It's not like there's an Undertaker in there just choke slamming everybody.
Yeah,
I have a problem with that because only one of them created Bane. Like,
yep.
Like if you have a 60-year-old bodybuilder that created Bane, like who's gonna mess with that?
Is he on the roster?
Nolan's in there.
Graham Nolan,
Graham Nolan. Remember, he has like one of the best intros.
Him and Rob Willis are he goes in on that's Billy Tucci that goes in on the motorcycle. What does Graham do? Graham's wearing the Hawaiian shirt.
He's wearing a Hawaiian shirt and like flip flops, and he's like just like going crazy. It's so funny.
I thought Dixon was did Dixon co-create Bane, or is that something else that I'm thinking
Dixon?
Of?
It could have been the two of them, but
I think Dixon's on something else.
Okay, I must be thinking wrong.
Yeah, Graham Nolan is the one that is the Bane guy. We met him at the Comic-Con a while. Yeah, he's a machine. He's huge.
I watched his stream earlier. It was kind of funny because it was titled "Are you tired of what's going on the news and social media and this?" So he just like does a stream and he's like, "I really miss fishing. I sold my boat because my kids were at that age where like they hated just spending the weekend out at a lake. Now they're grown up and moved out. I need to get a boat." He's just like talking like this.
That's funny.
Yeah, creator of Bane, man. That's great.
Okay, yeah, Mutt says Dixon and Nolan. Okay, cool.
Is it Dixon? Right. Okay, yeah,
we're all
got
right.
it,
dude. I'll share this this humble brag moment. I used to be on Comics Experience.
That's what it is. Ultimately.
Comics Experience. You guys know what Comics Experience is? It's a subscription site.
I'm just getting roboting.
What?
I'm just getting roboting from you right now, Cal.
He's clear on me on mine.
Well, I'll keep talking and hopefully Skip can hear it.
There it goes. Yeah.
So Comics Experience is a website where it's a community where you pay monthly and you go and you get peer review on whether you're an artist, writer, whatever. And there's also a lot of pros on staff. And Chuck Dixon used to be on staff.
Oh, cool.
Where he'd go in and he'd critique your scripts and stuff. And now Heather Ontos is on staff, so I'm not part of that. But yeah, they've definitely downgraded their pros. But when Chuck Dixon was on staff, I was part of that community, and I was a star reviewer. Like, I was really good at like critiquing comic scripts, but I don't think I did all that well as far as like, you know, my own scripts. But Chuck Dixon gave me such awesome compliments on what he said one time, I laughed. He said, I laughed. I was like, hey, I made Chuck Dixon laugh one time. I made him laugh one time in a script. So that's I want to like hang that on my wall.
So my real quick Chuck Dixon story. I did complete my collection of Winter World by Chuck Dixon. Well, he's the writer on that book. I got him up there. I need to read him, but anyway, I was pretty excited about that.
Yeah, Dixon, man, him and Nolan, obviously. Like, you've got a few guys in Comicsgate.
Yeah, it's pretty cool
in the vicinity who are just definitely legends.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool. Well, guys,
speaking of legends, before you close it out, we've only got a few slots left on our roster.
How many do we have? Can't have too many. Probably like 5 or 6.
Yeah, very very few. So I mean, I think people are able to start narrowing down who might be.
There's going to be some legends in there. There is.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see. Hold on. Let's well, I wonder if Mark has anything.
If I had that video still queued up, I could.
It's okay. Let's take a look here. 6 a.m. Let's see. If
Dale Keown, you think he's going to show up? That would be something.
You never know.
Never know. I mean, he should.
Honestly, there is a list somewhere. Let's see. We got the CG main event. Let's see. We have so we got 1, 2, 3, 4 slots left.
Oh.
In the main event, and then there's we have a tag team match and 2 prelim matches, and then there's 5 left in the I think the ladies match. So there's like a ladies grudge match, I think.
Good luck finding enough ladies. I'm sorry.
I don't know. He has them all planned out, but I'm looking at this image right now and just going over it real quick. In the tag team match, we have the Diaz brothers versus Indy Dave and Sweens for that tag team, and then in the prelim we have Willis and Patrick Thomas Parnell with I think it's Yellow Flash is Willis's manager, and I don't know who is it. Camel Moon is Parnell's manager. And then the prelims, we have Vinny T and Preston versus with I can't tell who their managers are. Anyway, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
In the CG ladies event, there's Piper, Mandy, and Charlie's London. There's still 5 more slots. And then in the main event, Cecil, Fraga, 6 a.m., Cal, Boogie Woogie Cal, myself, Muttman, Kami Mark, Brian Kriskow, Mr. E, Tug, Sim, Polton, Bancroft, Dillard, Donald DeLay, Kelsey Shannon, which is hilarious, Clint from Sweetcast, RT Bear, Graham Nolan, the Tooch, Carlo Rowe, Von Kloss, Weathers, Samedi, Narwhal, and then now.
There aren't that many people missing then. I got 2 that I could guess, but
yeah,
it was actually harder than you think to kind of narrow it down, because we had others that we were like, oh, we should put this person in, and then we were like, I don't know, we don't want to have to take this person out, so it's going to be tough. Some people are going to feel left out. Kyle Ritter tonight. Some people are going to feel left out, but we're doing everything we can.
I think Skip's right. There's 2. I don't know. Like Mark hasn't told me the last 4, but
Mm-hmm.
my guess is there's 2 just super obvious, blatant ones. There's one that I think it would be stupid not to put him in. And then
are you allowed to speculate? Are you allowed to say?
Yeah, I'm gonna speculate. I'm gonna say I think obviously Ethan and Malin are obvious ones, but if Richard Meyer's not there, that's the biggest mistake ever, Mark. But the 4th, I'm having trouble with. I mean, it should maybe it should be Dale Keown, but he just kind of just.
I know. Yeah, we got 4. Yeah.
What about Doug Ernst? Why isn't he in it?
Doug Ernst has distanced himself from Comicsgate, so he's probably not going to be. I like Doug Ernst. Him and I talk a lot, but he's not a CG guy.
Yeah, we're trying to keep it with people that are pretty like openly, accepting of that. So
Doug's kind of like a little closer to Naple stance on CG.
My other guess was going to be Charlie Snogans.
Snogans would be good.
Yeah. It's like I said, it's actually really hard when you think about it. You're like, oh, there's so many slots. But then you start thinking about all these people and great creators. It's going to be difficult.
And then Stefani Renee's not in it. Because that's another one. But he fell off the planet, but it's because he got too much work.
Oh.
Because he's got his book. Did you guys see the Thomas Moira Wizard for Hire book?
Yeah,
I don't think I saw that.
It didn't fund, did it?
Yeah, it funded.
It did. Okay, good.
I think he hit around 30,000.
Okay, I was pulling for him, man, because that book looks really good.
So but now he's coloring Snowman.
Oh.
Under all caps.
Black and white.
And then it was till Stefani got it. But then what's the other? Artie Bear was saying that he's trying to get Stefani to cover his next Chrono Mechanics, I believe. So
okay, wow.
Stefani's legit.
Oh man, he's getting a lot of work. Oh
yeah,
man, that's awesome. Cool. Okay, well, hey Macho, I'll let you sign off, man. I gotta roll. And
well,
this was, we went 22 minutes over. We're not doing bad.
Good stream, yeah. So anyway, thanks everybody for watching. We appreciate you guys. Thank you to our special guest Skip. We really appreciate you for coming in, man, and helping us out. Yeah, absolutely. We'll have you again, man. It was really cool to talk to you, and because you've always been a huge supporter, and we really, really, really appreciate it. We do.
Yeah.
So thanks for being part of it tonight, and in the future, you'll absolutely be welcome. Rusty, thanks for coming, man. We appreciate you, and you brought a lot to the chat. Stat Zero always. Man, thanks for nothing. Thanks for nothing.
Thanks for misspelling everything.
Thanks for misspelling everything, Dad. Dillard, we always enjoy your unique Dillard take on the world that we live in. You're just a ray of sunshine sometimes. And we'll see. We didn't get Trusty. Trusty wasn't in here tonight, but
wow, whatever.
Yeah, Kukashuko Papashango wasn't in here either. We were bummed about that, but anyway,
he's a mainstay.
He is a mainstay, so it was kind of a light night tonight, but that's okay. It was a great night.
None of the Daves.
None of the Daves came.
Oh, we lost another Dave a while back, but Dave Murdoch.
Yeah, it's okay. Didn't get Dave. Didn't get Sweens. It's okay. Like everybody's not. They don't have to come they don't have to come every single week. So,
go get the replay.
Oh, much. Anyway, let's go ahead and sign off. Once again, Skip. Appreciate it, man. Thanks, buddy. And you'll be back. Cal, good to see you as always, my friend. And everybody, have a fantastic night.
All right.
Peace out.
I gotta get my hand over the in broadcast button sooner.